Alright, hello everybody. This is very late. I know this is a very late tier list, but that's because I've been waiting for me to get a Sid from this update because he takes a while to get, and I wasn't able to get him till now. And now that I have his picture, and I've used I think about okay, I haven't used Law, but from what I've heard, I don't think I need to use him. I think he's just that good. But yeah, I guess a bit spoilers, but we'll just talk about the new units. First things first, as you can see probably in the bottom. Obviously I put all the unevo mythics in there because I could care less. Maybe they're broken, but I assume as of most things, unevo is bad. Like we've seen the admirals, and I think that's also true here. And then also you see this one, the stray evo here. Uh, Look, I guess maybe this is too mean. Maybe it's too mean to put him down here. Maybe you should put him in submet. No, he's not submet. He's mid. Again, B rank there's no order, so I could care less to like how this is ordered. This I'm not saying that Giga Chat is the best, and I'm not saying that a law on Evo is the worst. This is just an open sheet. All right. Let me move up a little bit. Submeta doesn't really change because none of the aside from string demon, sorry, blah. Aside from Doflamingo, there is no real other sub meta units. They're all meta. As we can scroll up a little bit and see. As you can see. Oh yeah, I did organize a little bit. I moved Rengoku up a little bit and I moved Saitama up because Saitama is so much better than I gave him credit for. As you can see now, there's Shadow or Sid, which is the unit you get from completing the event quest, the um, ton of event quests, a lot of event quests, like I think 7 of them, and Urza Evo. Now, some of you may be like, why? Why is Urza higher than Sid? Now, this could just be my opinion, but I think the only reason you would want Sid, right, is because I guess to explain, Shadow, this guy, Shadow or Sid, he is a new unit from this update, obviously. One of the technically hardest to get because of the completion of quests, right? You have to complete like 7 quests. Some of them are grindy, like, oh, summon 1,000 times, grind 100 portals, play 500 waves with friends, other people, sorry, not friends, just other people. Like, and there's grindy, but then there's others that are like, I guess also the other ones, like, I think everything except for maybe one of them is a grinding quest. And the only one that's not a grindy quest is complete a tier 4 or higher with only 3 units equipped. And to give perspective onto how difficult the tier 4 portal is, if you play Anime Last Stand, a normal tier 5 portal will make all enemies in that portal have triple their normal HP. Is it double? No, triple their normal HP, right? While in this tier 4, they will have 6 times their normal HP. So yeah, that's a lot. Okay. So the main reason why Shadow is so liked, so used, not because he's just that one. He's Sid. Sid is cool. All right, Eminence of Shadows is a cool anime. All right, it's so good. I love it. But he's also one of the units that has the biggest static damage nuke. So he takes I think I don't think he takes that much. I think he takes about 84k, 85k to get to upgrade 7, which is a lot, but that's fine normally, right? And at that upgrade, he has like Saitama, that a nuke ability that does I think a static amount of 500 million. Or oh no, sorry, not 500, 200. Sorry, 200 million explosion. Now I don't know the cooldown. I think it's. I mean, it's probably like 300-400 seconds, probably, or maybe even 500, or maybe even more, because it is a very strong ability. And when you do upgrade him to max, at upgrade 8, which does cost 1 million, yes, 1 million to upgrade, you get a bomb that does 5 billion, the 5B. So you're killing any boss that shows up. So this is like an infinite saver, right? Like if you're pushing for a high infinite wave, you use ulti when there's a lot of enemies roughly in this circle. I don't know if it's global range. That's the one thing I don't know about. If it's only in this range, then yeah, I guess that's fine. But if it's global range, that's insane. Um, but yeah, he does 5 billion damage to anyone when he clicks his ulti. I don't know if it's in his range or if it's global. And yeah, that's why people like him. Especially because in bare bones, the damage is still 5 billion, and before that is still 200 million. The damage does not scale off your damage. It's not like, oh, this is 500 times your damage. That's how Saitama's is. So, like, it's very strong. And the only reasons why he's not higher is because without that, if you exclude that, right? If you exclude his skills, he's just an expensive unit that doesn't do as much as you would want, I guess, right? In comparison to like other units. Though I guess he probably no, I don't know. I mean, I guess he's probably better than Saitama. Actually, he's probably slightly better than Saitama because he does cost less to get his nuke, and his nuke, no, no, his nuke does less than Overlord Saitama, but Saitama costs 225k. So yeah, take it as you will. And then we have Urza Evo. For those who watch Fairy Tail or just know Urza because of all the fan art, um, this is a very good unit. The reason being is that Urza Evo has a permanent 100% crit rate. So you might be thinking, oh, then I should just go pure damage on her. No, I mean yeah, obviously, but the other thing is these two units specifically, they are only one placement. So they are only good with Overlord or Avatar. Or Glitch, obviously. Glitch is overpowered as hell. And with that, if you go the usual build, you will always crit, and you will always do with Urza, with the optimal crit skill tree, you will always deal 2.7 times your damage every time you hit, which is insane. I mean, obviously her attack is alright. Her range isn't the best, obviously. Her range isn't the best, but she does have a wide cone as her AoE, which isn't the best either. It's like imagine Sun Wu's cone, but it's not as sharp. It's more wide, like a fan shape. That's what it is. It's pretty good otherwise. Like her DPS is definitely lacking a little bit compared to others, obviously, because she kind of has to. If she has insane base damage stats, it'll be hard to actually, balance her. Like imagine she does as much as Saitama. If she had as much damage as Saitama, she would be top up there so easily. All right, moving on though. Moving on to the final tier that you all probably know of, and you might see that. Oh yeah, I moved gas up a little bit, but you might have seen that I moved some placements around, and the four top of my list are all technically starters. They are all technically starters. I moved Tatsu and Gar up because I feel like they deserve to be next to each other, being the top starters in the game that have sustained for a long time already. But here comes the new people. Now Law is up here. Law is up here, even though I think he probably should be slightly lower. I think he probably should be like here maybe or here. But I'll put him here for now. I'll put him here. and he is there because of his ability. Now, I know the ability is on a global cooldown, and his ability is once he's evoed, he has the ability to move all enemy units within his gigantic range. He has gigantic range, by the way. Um, back to at the start of his range. So like the range limit that's closest to the start is where on the landing path is where the units will be moved to. As you could imagine, this is an amazing unit for infantry. Like, oh no, the enemies are like getting past all my units. Click law, move them back. It's it's just a beautiful unit, and his DPS is not bad either. But that's about it for him, really. And of course, there's also Freeran. We all know who Freeran is. Obviously, we all know who she is. She is technically the stronger Tatsu. Like her damage is like doubled, I think, compared to Tatsu. Even though she does at the beginning, she lacks range and she lacks SPA compared to Tatsu. I think, as far as I remember, again, I haven't tested her yet. As far as I remember, she has like I think 4 SPA or 5 SPA, somewhere like that. I think with like 30-ish range, maybe 40. Again, I'm not fully sure. I know that her range and SPA are worse than Tatsu's with the same trait. Um, but her damage is a lot more. Like her DPS output is definitely much higher. And also, the other thing is she is a electric DPS, not DPS, an electric DOT unit. So you technically, for her, you would want Avatar over Overlord. And this does also mean that she is technically better support later on because of stuns compared to slows. But you don't need to get her. If you have an Overlord Garo or Avatar Garo, Overlord or Avatar Tatsumaki, you don't need Freeran. If you want to get a Freeran with like Avatar or Overlord or Glitch if you're lucky, go ahead. But if you have these two with Overlord or Avatar already, just use them. It's fine, really, and use your rerolls on some other units like Law or I guess Sid, Guts Evo, Urza Evo, Saitama, like use it on those units instead because I'd say they are much more worth on using them. They are much more worth it, at least in my book. All right, but yeah, that's about it about the tier list update, and yeah, good luck grinding, everyone, and let's hope that this next update, whatever it may be, will be good for LS. So, bye bye.